What's up, everybody? My name's Dr. Mark Whitfield, Assistant Director of Athletic Bands and Instructor of Trombone at North Carolina State University. Today I'm going to be going over the 2024-2025 North Carolina Bandmasters Association All-State Honor Band Audition Repertoire for 11th and 12th grade trombone. The solo is excerpts from Camille Saint-Saëns' Cavatine, so let's jump right in. As you prepare for your audition, it's important to keep a few things in mind. First, overarching ideas, this piece is French. So just in general, you want to lay off the heaviness. You want to make sure you keep your articulations and everything nice and light. You want to try to keep everything moving forward. This piece is divided into two contrasting sections. The first is more technical in nature. The second section is more melodic and more lyrical. So we really want to make sure we're exaggerating those differences. The first section, the more technical one, is in D flat major. So make sure you know your D flat major scale. It's one of the scales that's required for the audition, so make sure you're doing that every way you possibly can. I like to work on scales 3 times through in one breath. I also like to work on them in thirds. I like to work on key centers rather than scales so that you're not getting bogged down by a pattern or just memorizing a pattern. You're actually teaching your brain the actual key center. The second, more melodic section is in E major. Now, E major is not one of the scales that's required by the NCBA for your audition, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to know that scale. It's actually imperative that you know that scale to be able to play fluently in E major. So work that scale just like you work all of your others. Play it 3 times through, play it in thirds, play it in scale patterns, do whatever you need to do to make sure you can play E major in your sleep. Just because it's not required on the scales that you have to play in the scale room doesn't mean that you don't need to know it. The tempo of the first section, the more technical section of this piece, is fast. Quarter note equals 192 to 200. In order to keep it light, remember it is French, Work on practicing getting away from feeling it in that fast 3 and feel it more in a big 1. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, feel it in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That'll make sure everything keeps rolling forward and keep the feel nice and light. There's several techniques involved in the first section of this piece that we need to work on individually in order to execute the piece well. Triple tonguing is one of them. I recommend TTK or DDG, ta-ta-ka-ta, not teka-ta-ta. TKT, where the back of the tongue is in the middle, in between, tends to get bogged down and it doesn't move forward as much. Remember, you want to keep this light. So work your triple tonguing on your scale patterns, right? Just one note at a time. Ta-ta-ka-tum. On the fast scalar patterns, one of the ways that I like to work on them is changing the rhythm and swinging it or making it a dotted 8th, 16th, or however you want to define that. Either way, it forces your ear to focus on every other pitch and playing those in tune, and then you flip that and make it a 16th dotted 8th instead of dotted 8th, 16th, so that your ear is then focusing on the other of the pairs of notes as you work on these scales. That'll help make your slide positions more accurate, you'll play more in tune, and it'll be very clear and speak really well when you play. There's a great tuba player named Roger Bobo who once said there's only 2 types of songs, love songs and pirate songs. If the first section, the more articulated technical section, is a pirate song, then obviously the second, more lyrical melodic section is 100% a love song. So treat it that way. One more tip for working on this, and this is not just a tip for working on slower, more lyrical melodic music. This is a tip for working on anything you ever play. Sing it. But don't just sing it to sing it. Sing it as expressively as you can, like you're on stage at the opera. Exaggerate your dynamics, exaggerate your note shapes, exaggerate your articulations. Everything that you do, you want it to sound 100% like you want it to in your head. Then, when you sing it as expressively as you want, recreate that on the instrument. You're going to have to exaggerate because there's at least 9 feet of impedance in this big long metal tube. But the idea is the same. You want to exaggerate everything you do so that it sounds exactly like you want it to, way out in the audience, not just right in front of your bell. I've got another video that I made that outlines my approach to playing expressively. If you want some additional suggestions on how you can work on this or any other piece of music that you're working on, go check it out. I'll link it here. Once again, everybody, I'm Dr. Mark Whitfield. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in a comment down below. You can also shoot me a message on Instagram or at my NC State email address. If you have any friends that are auditioning for All-State, send this playlist to them. I'm doing videos for trombone and euphonium for 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12 solos. Now, good luck on your audition, happy practicing, and go Pack!